Hi friends, welcome to Beautifully Bookish Bethany, and welcome to my very first gaming video. I don't know how many of these I'll do, I've never done one before, but I did figure it out and I'm very proud of myself. So I am a big fan of the Dragon Age franchise, have been for a lot of years, and I always knew that when they came out with a new game, I was gonna want to play it. And so Dragon Age Veilguard is out. I've been saying I was gonna make a video about it, and so here you go, I have done it. This is some footage from later in the game for my intro, but what can you expect from this video? It is not going to be a full playthrough. It's going to be kind of initial thoughts and impressions, kind of a casual review from somebody who is not a serious gamer, doesn't really play for the combat. I'm here for the storytelling, the world building, and finding, collecting, and exploring. That's my thing. So first up, you can customize your appearance or you can select a preset. I did a customization. I pretty much always play as a dwarf and a rogue, and so that is what I did here. Here's my character. You can kind of see what she looks like. We're going with teal hair this time, which I thought would be fun. And then you choose your backstory. So there's a lot of ways to go with this. I ended up deciding to make her kind of an adventurer. I went with the Lords of Fortune backstory. And then the other thing that you can customize is your playstyle. I love this addition to the game. My playstyle is storyteller. Like I said, I hate dying and repeating combat, and I have not died so far in the game except for by drowning because you can't swim. So in combat, I have not, even with all the playing I'm doing, because that's not what I'm here for, but you can customize it to the difficulty level you want. I love the storyteller option. So we begin the game. We are back with Solus, and y'all, if you haven't played the Dragon Age games, they are fantastic. Some of the best storytelling and world building and character development. One thing that I will say about this game in particular that has stood out to me, and it's gotten less noticeable the farther that I've gotten into the game. Look at okay, but first, y'all, these vistas, gorgeous. Gorgeous. There's so many of these where I'm like, I just want to like stop and look around at what they've created because it's absolutely stunning. I cannot get over this world. It's amazing. But one thing about the writing that's a little weird to me is it feels kind of juvenile at times. One of the things is, in the past, I feel like the Dragon Age games have felt more mature, like targeted for adults specifically. And maybe this changes the further into the game that you get, but especially early on, it's weird because this isn't a children's game, but the dialogue sometimes reads a little bit like we're playing a children's game. I don't know. It's sort of weird. Has anybody else experienced this who has played it? Sometimes it feels like they're pointing everything out to you and not trusting you as a player to be able to find nuance yourself or figure things out. It's a little bit like, and now we're gonna do this, and now this is happening. And I don't know, again, it does let up a little bit later into the game. Maybe it's just because of the introduction, but that rubbed me kind of the wrong way. It was just a little weird tonally. Am I the only one who's doing this? I have heard that there have been complaints that even though you do make character choices with what your character says, you can't really play as a more evil character this time around, which is interesting. Doesn't bother me because that's not usually how I like to play. But again, it kind of lends itself to it feeling less adult than it has in the past. It makes me curious, are they trying to market this more to teenagers or younger people? I really don't know. I will go around and collect everything. This is my favorite thing to do. You tell me to go do a quest. Am I going to go directly to that quest? No. Absolutely not. I'm going to go find every little hidden thing. I'm going to go explore down pathways, and I will do it in my own sweet time because that is my gaming style, which is funny because my husband is the opposite. He's like, let's get to it. We're going to go straight through the story, might even ignore some side quests. We just have very different gaming styles. He also likes the challenge of, you know, enemies being hard to beat. As you can see with storyteller play, they are not hard to beat. It is pretty straightforward. This is also probably the mode I would recommend for somebody who's like, listen, I don't game, I'm new to this, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, try storyteller mode and like see how you get on with it if you're just interested. But like the graphics are absolutely gorgeous. I'm just like wandering around. Why am I running around everywhere? Oh, because I'm looking to make sure I didn't miss anything. Is there gold for me to collect? You know, if I was going to win an award for my gaming style, it would probably be finding ways to collect all the things that could possibly exist. One thing else I noticed, the demons look different. They've kind of redesigned them. Okay, so when you push this button, it comes up and you can do these special abilities that you're kind of seeing that pop up on the screen. But this is a pride demon, which is not what pride demons looked like in the past. Maybe I will add a little graphic to show you what they've looked like in past videos. So I think that's interesting that they've redesigned things, but it is really cool looking. I mean, oh my gosh. The combat is kind of nice. I actually did not love people have mixed feelings on this, but I didn't love the combat style to a certain extent in the last Dragon Age game. Still loved the world building and everything, but the combat style, you could be more in control of the other people in your team, which I don't really want to do. I'm like, maybe I can take a minute and make them do their special abilities or something, but I don't want to spend all my time trying to control people in the fighting. Because again, I'm not here for the combat. You've got Varric, you've got Harding. Varric has been in every single one of these Dragon Age games, and there is something really precious about that. I love it. Again, we're not doing a full playthrough. This is the lighthouse. We end up here after the full sort of opening sequence, and this is gonna be home base, right? In between quests, in between major quests, you're gonna come back here. This is where all of the possible party members that you collect and get to know throughout the course of the game will have rooms in. You'll have conversations here. Also, the lighthouse, now we're back out of it, but also the lighthouse is where a lot of the more sort of opportunities for romantic connections come. You can flirt with people. One thing that's interesting that's new about this, I think from previous games, is that they have set the different characters as being either straight, gay, bisexual, and so depending on the gender of the character you choose, you cannot romance everybody. You can only romance the people that would be interested in you, which is kind of interesting, but you can do romance in this. I think a lot of people don't realize that video games are not just about fighting. There's like exploration and relationships and world building and storytelling. There is so much more to it than I think some people realize, and it's really fun. Although probably if you're watching this video, either you're a regular viewer of my channel and you don't play a lot of games, or you're finding it because you like Dragon Age and you already know that it's fantastic. Overall, I am having a great time. I don't know that I had a lot of super specific expectations. Well, that's gruesome. And this is the kind of thing where I'm like, this is not specifically a children's video game, because there are like disturbing things. It's just that the dialogue is a little less mature than what I usually expect. Ah, the Darkspawn. They're always pretty creepy. I'm having fun. I'm exploring stuff. I do not plan to do full playthroughs because recording all of the clips is a little more of a challenge than I realized it was going to be, because you can only record like 3 minutes at a time, and then you have to upload it from the Xbox. You know what? Props to the people who do this full time, because it is not the simplest thing to do, but I'm pretty proud of myself for figuring it out. So let me know your thoughts. Do you like this sort of content? Would you want to see other videos? I have a few ideas of specific kinds of videos I could do, but I don't think I'm going to do a complete playthrough just because, again, it is a lot of work. Look, break things. Because you know what? Also, if you break stuff, sometimes you find things inside of them. Not those ones, but I always try because you never know. You might find gold or valuables, and that is a big part of the fun for me, which again, my husband likes to laugh at me because this is not at all what he spends his time doing. But yeah, overall, I would say positive. The writing is a little interesting at times, but I am having a great time, and if people would like to see more from me, let me know and I'll do some more. I just want you guys to see how beautiful some of these things are. Like, look at this. look at this. There's all these like floating things in the air because weird stuff is going on. Go play some Dragon Age games. The old ones still are really good, even though the graphics are not. And oh, okay. One other thing I wanted to say about this actually. So the last Dragon Age game had an open world, which was really different. This is not quite the same, although it is a more expansive world than I initially realized. It's not fully open. I think I actually prefer that though. I like that while you have a lot of places that you can eventually go to and explore, it's not just all up for grabs, because it does make me actually complete more quests than I otherwise might. The other thing that you can't do that I think you could do in the last game is collect like plants and stuff. There's less of that kind of thing. Like, you're not making anything with the things you collect. You can sell stuff or you can use it to like upgrade your armor, but you're not like cooking anything or like collecting plants. And it's been a minute since I've played the last game, but yeah.
Take it and we're good, right? We can head back?
Oh, I wish. No, it's a lot trickier than that.
As if darkspawn demons and animated suits of armor.
So you can choose how you respond in conversations like this. People will approve or disapprove, so you can slowly build up your relationships with other characters based on what you say. Half the time I'm sarcastic, otherwise I'm just nice about things. And I have started to flirt with a few characters, which has been kind of fun. I feel like this is a very chaotic review. I have never done a video game video or review before. I don't know how good this one is. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're playing. What do you think of the writing? What do you think of the graphics? I'm loving the graphics. The story is cool. The dialogue, it's all right. One thing I noticed in the character creation element is that you can add top surgery scars, which I thought was really interesting. So I do love that there's a lot of inclusivity in character design. Yikes. Again, this is why I like storyteller mode, because I'm like, it's fine, I'll defeat him pretty easily, because I have it set that way. And I wish more games would do this, honestly. I would probably play way more of these kinds of RPG video games if more of them had a storyteller mode, where the fighting is not hard. Because it's my least favorite part of it, is dying and doing things over and over again. It's so annoying. I know some people like it. They like to challenge themselves and see if they can figure out how to beat it. I remember my husband plays like these really, really hard things, and I remember there was one boss that he, for like a couple weeks every night, was trying over and over and over again. He eventually defeated it, but I was like, this is my worst nightmare. Like, this is literal hell to me, trying to fight the same thing over and over again and not being able to do it. No thank you. That is not fun. And yet he is also like, I don't want to spend hours wandering around collecting stuff. That's not fun. So, and we all like our own things. But we both are enjoying the game. He's much farther ahead of me because, again, he likes to play to the storyline instead of do whatever, instead of doing things whimsically and going wherever the wind blows, which tends to be my approach to playing video games.
Well, wasn't expecting to fight an ogre today. Then again, I also didn't expect to learn that my gods are rampaging around and trying to end the world. Just one of those days.
So if you haven't tried it yet and you're on the fence or you're thinking about it, go try. I think it's really fun. I'm having a great time. And if there are other specific questions you have or kinds of content that you would like to see from me surrounding this or other types of games, let me know and maybe I'll figure it out. I think full playthrough videos is just too much for me to manage, but I can do more sort of specific shorter videos. And it was kind of fun. I feel pretty good about how this turned out, even if it's a little bit chaotic. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know if you've been playing the game, if you have interest in it, or if you just decided to watch this for the hell of it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you have the same gaming style as me? Do you have one that's more like my husband's? or something else, because it's all that. Look how pretty, it's so beautiful. Anyway, talk to me in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Enasal de Thara.